It's currently 4:04. Gotta love that synchronicity. Let me start this live off by saying I love all of you. I love all of you on this planet. I love everybody off this planet. I love every ounce of consciousness that exists within this multi-universe that we resonate in on. Just wanted to start off by saying that I love it and I love you. And that's the beginning. Just strolling through consciousness, you know. Like, I really need the masses to really understand how powerful they are. Like, we've been taught it's a trap. We've been taught to hate education. And it's crazy because the concept of education, man, that's a big ass fraud. The concept of education is actually what ascends us to the next level. And in this matrix that we're trapped in currently, like, they try to use all the things against you. Like, for instance, the society makes you think that education is wrong or bad. No, education and learning and furthering yourself is good. The system of our education system is what's bad, not education. The process of learning, testing yourself, growing, like, that's true education. And we should never look at that as oh my God, you're learning. Like, no. One of the ancient Kemetic principles is know thyself. And once you start knowing thyself, you'll learn that you don't know a damn thing in this physical carnation. Unless, you know, you magically got 100% of your past life regression in memory. But it's like, if you don't have that, then education should literally be the point of your life to further know thyself. And if thyself is a reflection of God in the infinite universe, then you got a whole bunch of learning to do, my friend. But I'm just on this illuminating rant. Got done cleaning up, meditating, started journaling. It's funny, it's such a superficial reason why I haven't been journaling. I have terrible handwriting. I'm an excellent writer, but I have terrible handwriting. Always have. And it just makes me not want to write, but it's like, shit. It's a different energy from writing, just like it's a different energy from a podcast or an audiobook, and it's a different energy from reading it, which all leads back to education. Education is great. Education is what propels us to a higher level. And, like, we got to take our mindset off of thinking education simply means, you know, school or, you know, Bible study. You know what I mean? Like, education is learning and growing. We got to change how we view these things. And it's okay. It's okay to have this negative. It's okay to have this negative ass programming. It's all about awareness. And then after awareness, it's about action. You hear all those A words, alpha to start. A. Awareness and then action. Like, awareness without action makes the awareness void. Because what's the point of having something in your head if it's not going to manifest outwardly? trust and believe being trapped in this fucked up education system. I was one of those people who was like, man, fuck education, fuck school, fuck the system. I'm not doing that shit. I'ma milk it like a cow, get my financial aid, and I'm gonna run this shit up and leave. Which, I mean, it kind of went that way, it kind of didn't. One thing that I started to catch on to is the idea of the future that we have coming from our place of human ego. It usually doesn't come out the way the universe / God wants it to come out. But once you start aligning your intention and your manifestations with your soul's path and journey, when you envision something, it be damn near exactly how you envision it. Damn near be exactly how you envision it. So it's just, we gotta change our minds. We gotta change our minds. We gotta change our hearts. We gotta change our bodies. And see, the thing is, people are trapped thinking that all we use is our brains to think. Like, this is why education is so pivotal and important. Because if you had educated yourself on the physical makeup of the body and the spiritual makeup of the body, you would literally see that they resonate together. For instance, science in the medical field considers your body having three brains. And if you come to somebody and ask them, hey, you know your body got 3 brains? More than likely they're like, what you mean, bro? I mean, if you want to be like totally logical, you got over 20 million brains because you have over 20 million cells, and each cell has a nucleus, which is the quote unquote brain of the cell. But that's another debate. That's another story. But my point is, your body has 3 brains. You have your brain up here, your mind's eye, where you physically perceive senses in the world. You have your heart brain, which the heart is the strongest organ in your body. It's the actual brain and the thing that tethers you to the infinite existence of God Almighty itself. I'm starting to change that gender neutral shit. Because we started out, if you go back to human civilization, we started out really worshiping the woman as God. Then toxic masculinity turned into the worship of males, when it's not about worshiping either or. It's about worshiping all of it as a whole and celebrating the differences of the manifestation aligning together from the different poles into one. It's amazing, but that's another rant as well. These are why they rants. It's infinite knowledge I could talk about. I'm just starting my spiritual journey, and I've been through already a lot. It's like, I've been on the spiritual journey for a while, but like, the way things are going, I'm only beginning because of what I'm talking about with the 3 brains and what that really means and what you have to do to actually create and manifest and educate your body and soul to a higher frequency and higher magnification. Hello, star. Twinkle, twinkle. Now, so your body, your spirit body, your body has 3 brains. Your mind's eye, where you physically perceive everything and senses and processing. Your heart, which is the strongest organ in your body, is actually the unity consciousness of everything. Like, your heart beats on its own. Like, it literally is in resonant. It's literally at a resonant frequency with the divine. Whether you believe in God or not, you don't control your heartbeat. I'll let that marinate. Now, you have 3 brains: the mind's eye, the heart brain, which is the center of consciousness of everything. And then people don't know. You have your stomach. They consider your stomach a brain. Tell me, what are the butterflies? What is that gut feeling? Your brain, your brain, your gut, your stomach is a brain. Your stomach is a brain. And like, once you piece together all of this information, because from science, they consider you having three brains. In spirituality, they consider you having 7 chakras. Each chakra is a different aspect of creation and creativity in your life. So it's like, put it together. To do physical manifestation work and work on yourself, you have to learn in this physical body how to master the 3 brains. And those 3 chakras are the solar plexus chakra, which is the gut, the heart chakra, and the third eye chakra. That is 3, that is 4, and that is 6. Now, each one of those brains have a different consciousness. Everybody is so focused on this brain and this brain. People don't know their heart is a brain, but both of them are brains. They so fucked up and focused on that and forget about the third brain. And then they don't even be aware that it's 3 brains that they got to focus on. And each brain takes totally different things that you have to do to fix it. And it's not something like a quick fix, like boom, wow, got through that, now I'm on to the, no, it's constant work, constant energy needing to be spent. And people don't want to spend that type of energy. People spend energy all day. We are over 20 million, 20 trillion tons of electricity, water conscious beings. We spend energy all day long. But is it the right energy? Is it creative energy? Like, is it energy that's propelling us for DNA activation and healing? Because it's not about the money. It's not about this physical world. It'll never be about that. If you can die and all this physical stuff cease to exist, how? This physical realm is just an illusion. Why is it once we started understanding quantum physics more in the ancient Kemetic African principles, which is light, frequency, and energy, vibration, we start seeing way more advances in technology, start seeing more advances in science. It's not a mystery. I mean, life is a mystery, but it's not a mystery if you ask the right questions and you know thyself. Once you know thyself and ask the right questions, you are infinite. You are infinite. Once you know thyself and ask the right questions, you are infinite. Quote me on that. And that's what this run is about. I'm sorry, it's just I'm a star kid. When I see the universe, I just feel at home. It's like, wow, when you look up in the sky and look at stars and planets, that is you. Like how people be like, wow, the sun is so much bigger than the earth. Guess what? You the sun. You came from the same thing that created the sun, therefore you are it. You are a subcategory of it. And it's beautiful, is magnified, is magnificent, is great. I don't even intrigue. This is how ascension works. Because back in my younger years, when I really, really dived into spirituality and did a 40-day fast, that was when I knew that God / the universe, it don't speak. Like, our conscious breaks it down. Like, when you're not all the way in the divine, like all the way in those higher chakras, like literally connected to the everything, you have to translate the higher stuff into words. And the words that you come up with on this lower vibrational body just does not add. It just doesn't. It just does not equal to the greatness of God in this universe. Like, I wouldn't say hate, but I truly dislike that I can't even tell you the words of how crazy and great and magnificent this light realm is. Like it's amazing. Like the type of fruit that exists in the higher realms, the type of geometrical shapes and creations that exist in the higher realm. Everything is a portal. Like I was like, yo, this is wild. This is wild. But that's a whole nother rant. But the point of this rant is, man, we got 3 brains. We got 3 brains. And each one of them brains, you gotta do something to fix it. And each one of those brains feed off each other. Each of those brains feed off each other. So, for instance, your mind brain, it takes, which people don't want to spend this type of energy, because when it comes to changing, you have to spend energy that you have never felt or exerted and created ever before. Like, it is the age of Aquarius. And I truly think that the spirit animal for Aquarius is the white caterpillar. The white caterpillar, the innocent caterpillar. We don't know the consciousness of the caterpillar. We just put ourselves in their shoes. We don't know how they feel, but when we put ourselves in their shoes, and you think about going through as a fragile caterpillar in a vast world full of snakes, lions, praying mantis, fucking dragonflies, beetles, wasps, there's so many different subcategories of things, and you survive as a little caterpillar. You eat green heart chakra, life energy, and then you turn into a cocoon, and your entire DNA goes through a metamorphosis. And like putting yourself in your shoes, like it's like literally going in a growth spurt, and you're literally turning into something else, but you were the same caterpillar. Like it ain't no butterfly without the caterpillar or the cocoon. There's no butterfly without the caterpillar or the cocoon. And it's like, the thing is, the caterpillar eats. It consumes life. That is the source of everything. So you consume life. You keep eating green heart energy, which is love, light energy. You continue to do things that lifts that, even if it's uncomfortable. And once you do that, you go through a cocoon phase. And in that cocoon phase, you reflect. So think about the beginning phase, sun, you're putting in action. You put in that action, now it's time to rest, the moon phase. And then the third phase is hello, we're back to living again, and it's a new day. I can fly now. The caterpillar can fly now. The caterpillar can fly now. So the caterpillar starts eating green light energy. It consumes love, light. It consumes life, living. And then it goes, and that's the sun. And then it goes into the moon. It turns into a cocoon and reflects, and it develops. And then it turns, it's night and day, because night and day don't exist. It's just night, then it's day, and then it's night, and then it's day. But it's a new existence. It's a new awakening. That's what God and Christ means when you're reborn in Christ consciousness. So you're a butterfly. And then that butterfly, in spiritual terms, will meet another plateau where they have to turn back into a caterpillar, go through the sun, consume green light energy until you reach a certain point, turn into the moon, which is a cocoon, and reflect. And then once you reflect from the moon, you turn back into a butterfly and you fly again. Because if we're in an infinite universe, once you start ascending, you start to learn that there is no limit to the ascension, because as above, so below, everything is one. There is no higher, there is no lower, it's everything. So the white caterpillar in the age of Aquarius, Swift Guap in the age of Aquarius, you start as a caterpillar, you eat, you turn into the cocoon, you reflect, that's the moon, and then you awaken as a butterfly. That's spirituality, and that's how we have to go with all three brains. So with the first brain, we have the third eye, the brain. At the chakra after that is the crown chakra, which is God consciousness, but we're just talking in the physical body right now. There are three brains in the body. We have the third eye. That's our physical brain. It's the second most powerful brain that we have. You have the heart. That's the heart brain. And then you have the stomach brain. And each one of those you have to put in certain work to manifest and become another butterfly. And people don't understand, as energetic beings, we spend enough energy to get these things done. We spend a lot of energy and attention on things that don't manifest these things because, quote unquote, it's easier, but it's easier fulfilling. If it was easy to be Kobe, wouldn't everybody be Kobe? If it was easy to be Jay-Z and Tupac and Snoop Dogg and all of these great people, if it was easy to be them, wouldn't it be like 10 million of them? Wouldn't it be 10 million of them? So with the mind, with that brain, you have to consume, as a caterpillar, you have to consume and eat truth and knowledge. And you have to do that with living under the uncomfortable circumstances of the caterpillar. Like I said earlier, the caterpillar is tiny. When it is born, it is in a world full of lions, snakes, wasps, beavers, birds, all these different spiders, all these different things, and it still survives, turn into a cocoon, and still turn into a butterfly. And then as a butterfly, all of those quote unquote dangers in life that it lives is still there, but it's at a higher state. Christ consciousness, being reborn in Christ. You are at a higher state. That is the mind. When you renew thy mind, you renew thy soul. And if you know thyself, you are infinite. You will know. So you ascend the third eye, your physical brain, by first learning that the strongest brain in your body is your heart. Oh, my headphones. So the heart, you ascend your mind brain by learning what the strongest brain is. The strongest brain is the heart. The heart is the strongest brain in your body. The heart is the first organ that manifests when you are a fetus. You live through your heart because that is tethered to the infinite existence of God. Whether people believe in God or not, God believes in you. So once the physical mind, third eye, realize that, oh, this mind right here is an illusion, it just reflects and receives like a satellite dish that receives messages, light, images, energy, frequencies. It's like a brain. It's not a brain. It's like a computer, whereas the heart would be like the hard drive and stuff like that. So once the physical mind brain learns that the heart is the strongest organ, strongest brain in the body, that physical brain will start to learn how to live through their heart. And once you start to live through your heart, you will start to live through all of your consciousness, because that is the true resonance of consciousness. So it's a step-by-step program. Everybody goes different ways. So you start at the mind points you to the heart, and then the heart points you upward and downward, as above, so below. So each one of the chakras, each one of the 7 chakras, you have to think of those as different color caterpillars. And each caterpillar has a different reality, a different plateau. It has to ascend to a butterfly. And then that same butterfly has to turn back into a caterpillar and repeat the process until it literally reaches its final form, which is God in oneness. Who knows what the final form is? We could already be in the final form. We don't know. And that's the mystery of God, and that's great. So the age of Aquarius, I think, is the caterpillar age. We have to repeat the process of the caterpillar. So the mind is the highest, it's the receiving, it's the second strongest brain. So it goes heart, mind, gut. Now, as I said, with the brain, with the third eye, you consume knowledge and truth. Uncomfortable things that you feel uncomfortable about, you got to dive into that. Why are you uncomfortable? Anything in this world that makes you uncomfortable is a signal. And anything that brings you comfort, real, true, warm comfort, is a signal. So you consume education, you consume knowledge, but you lead with your heart. Your heart's gonna always tell you the truth and tell you where, and lead you where you need to be. In the gut is a brain that you have to deal with, because that is what fuels your whole physical existence. It's a literal reason why they say you are what you eat, because what you eat is what your body uses to literally create your DNA in your cells. And you literally make a new body of DNA every 7 years. Look it up, it's science. And 7 is how many chakras you have in the physical body. 7 is the number of completion. I am spiritual path number 7. I'm all about that completion. Master number 11. I reflect. I look at the 2 pillars of life that we stand upon. So in this illuminating rant, PET 432, that's the frequency of the earth. I am you too. I love all. And once you start to love all and welcome all that brings anything and everything to its highest purpose, you start to learn how to live in the present. That doesn't mean like you're just gonna live life fully high, fully uplifted, but you're gonna live life fulfilled. And like some people do reach enlightenment, some people do reach nirvana, Christ consciousness forevermore. Some people do, and that's fine, but all you should try to do is to live a fulfilled life by actually living through your 3 brains and actually putting out the energy that it takes to help and change those 3 brains. And see, the thing is, it doesn't have to be huge ass change. One step in the right direction is a step for mankind. Like, it's a quote, I think it's an Asian quote, where they said, what's up, frog? Hop, 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 hop. When it says, a journey, I forget how it goes exactly, but I'm paraphrasing. A journey of 5,000 miles began with 1 step. Literally, every big trek, anything that's ever happened in this earth started with 1 step. So all you have to do is take the steps in the right direction. Like, I'm gonna start doing actual videos where I give like different steps to do things, but I'm not in that phase right now. I'm just really just ranting. But yeah, you consume education, work on the heart mind. Consume education, work on the heart mind. Your heart mind's gonna tell you that your heart Gotta remember to drink water. That's what sustains you. 70% of your whole body is water. That goes back to the gut mind, that solar plexus mind. So you have your high mind, physical mind, heart mind, stomach mind. Each one of those is what gives you energy and direction for your physical body. Think of all the other chakras in your physical body as like outwardly expressing things and principles. So you work on all three of these brains first, and then understand that each of the 7 chakras are caterpillars, and they all require work. They all come out into an uncomfortable state. They come out into an uncomfortable state in a world full of lions, snakes, dragons, fucking spirits, fucking roaches, spiders, wasps, scorpions. They're a caterpillar with all of that around them. They consume heart energy because they eat green things, colorful things. They go, that's the sun. They go to the moon, the cocoon phase, reflect and create, and they come out as a butterfly. And the butterfly flies until it reaches another plateau where it has to recede back into caterpillar consciousness. And you have to do that with all 7 of your chakras. And that takes a lot of energy. But it actually is more fulfilling than you would ever believe if you haven't started doing it. Like, it's very fulfilling. You are a literal God on this earth, God or goddess on this earth, and you can manifest what you believe in. And if we all believed in higher consciousness and being connected to the divine, then that 1%, whatever you want to call the powers that be, their power dissipates. Because we're the ones who are running everything. They don't know how to do anything except control people. So control yourself. Stop living your life through the programming. Because like people think, oh, I'm woke, I don't watch TV. Oh, I'm woke, I don't watch the news. Oh, I'm woke, da 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 da. No, you can watch the news and still be woke. It's real true shit. It's about your awareness. And like I said earlier, Alpha, start with your awareness, but always end in your action. It's about your action. There's nothing wrong with watching TV. Hell, I don't know anybody. Well, I mean, you got those outliers, but most people grew up watching TV. Like, I love Rugrats and all that. Like, nigga, that's TV. Like, people be like, television, tell lies to your vision. Nigga, a lot of my goddamn awakening came from fucking TV. Anime. The fucking History Channel. Orchestra music. All of these things, when I was a kid, I used to gravitate to orchestra music, opera, different frequencies, science, mathematician, metaphysics, quantum physics. Like, I gravitated to that as a kid. And a lot of that shit I watched on the TV. So, like, how is TV bad? Like, it's about awareness and action. Like, if you literally watching TV and it's some toxic, because I've watched toxic TV too, the shit be funny as hell. And it be reality. Like, it's a reality quote unquote show. Like, people who actually put that into their reality, that's what they're gonna live. And if you run into somebody with their realities like that and you can watch the show, it's like, damn, you just like this motherfucker in the show. You know how to fucking deal with them from watching TV. So TV, everything has a plus and a minus. Like, it's all perspective. It's all about what belief you give it. Please. TV started me on my journey. When I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball Z, my consciousness shifted. And that was TV. Thank you for TV. Are you kidding me? But yeah. Things you can do. Things you can do for your mind. read, podcast, something that's mentally uplifting and stimulating that stretches the synapses in your brain. You want your brain to actually have to think. Like, you don't want to be a mind-numbed zombie robot that's programming. And if people be, these same robots be aware of the programming, but their action, the ends, do nothing. They blend into the programming and think that they're not robots. Like, bitch, if you choosing to be a part of that programming in a robotic way, you're a robot. You're an android human. You're a humanoid. You what the government wants you to be. Tethered to your phone, tethered to this physical reality, and not really know what's going on within. And within is where you will find everything that you need to know. But yep, consume education through the mind. Go different places. When your eyes see different things, you expand your consciousness. Your heart actually likes to deal with emotion. Your heart actually thinks that your heart wants you to know that there's nothing that can tear you away from God's divine love that he has for your existence. He created your soul. Therefore, he eternally loves you no matter what. Your heart likes to be around your loved ones. Your heart likes to be kind and loving. Your heart likes to be spoken to kindly. Your heart likes to deal with blocks. Your heart likes to resonate high. Your gut likes happy foods. Your gut wants to be a churning station of energy. Your gut wants you to be in tune with your intuition. Your gut tells you everything you need to know that's going on in your physical body. And to nourish your gut, you have to treat your gut as a living thing. Your gut wants to work, which is working out. Your gut wants to work, and your gut wants to entertain itself, dancing, and have fun. And your gut wants to rest, sleep, actual rest. Your gut wants to clean, fasting. Your gut wants a lot of things. It's a caterpillar and it needs certain things for it to go into the cocoon phase and to come out as a butterfly. But that butterfly is always going to be a great thing. Butterfly consciousness. Candlelight community. And the reason why I say candlelight community is because it's amazing, the elements, because my favorite element is fire. Like, I was a fire kid. I love red, fire, love it. That shit, like, but I'm a Leo. Like, my moon sign is Leo, so I'm internally fire. Like, I love fire. But one candlestick can light 1,000. Like, the elements do not lie. As above, so below. Fo. About to go get my little bro Swift. Be up early. Biological rhythm. Like, I used to kind of go against the biological rhythm, but like, once you start putting in work in different fields, like rest and work and the different things, you start to catch on to what you're supposed to do, because you're just receiving it. You're not like putting your own ego on what you about to do. Because once you start putting your ego, which is your dark side of your third chakra, solar plexus chakra, like, you do a lot of robotic, not really good for you. Can be good for you if it's in a healthy and not an incest way. Like, anything in excess is like a no-go for any chakra, except the heart chakra. Heart chakra can deal with excess love, like excess pure light love. That it can deal with that. Anything else in excess don't work. That's the only thing in the universe that you can have excess in it and it won't fuck you up. Excess love, excess light. You can deal with that. Yup. Yep. Butterfly consciousness. Like I said earlier, I'm just talking for the beginning stages, because I have not ascended the beginning stages consistently. And when I say that, like I didn't know there was access to higher chakras until I did a 40-day fast. And once I did that, I seen that it was like, oh shit, it's like thousands of chakras. Probably millions, probably trillions. Like, I don't know. Like, all I know is I got tall and like I became like a humanoid cosmic giant and could command anything and do anything, because that was all God's presence within me. I knew people, like I knew people internally. Know your whole life from looking at your eyes, past lives. But that was all God. But like Ryan didn't know how to do that without a 40-day fast and truly consecrating my entire existence to the divine. It's a crazy balance that humans have to try to attain if they want to live a truly fulfilled life. And that is where I'm gonna probably end it at. That is that Libra balance. How can I ascend and be as high as consecrated to the divine and God, but still be grounded in this earth realm as Ryan on this earth realm? Because once I figured out how to kind of do the 40-day fast, but kind of balance it with the new life, I was like, oh, all of that takes like stupid work, like stupid energy you have to push out. But I'm telling you, you decide to push out that energy and expand your energy and expand your consciousness, you're gonna live a life so fulfilled. And boy, oh boy, those doors start to open, those portals start to awaken. That is Illy Boy Pope. That is another illuminating rant. Namaste to all my star seeds. Alien out. Triples.